In 2002, J.C. Lewis led the Los Lomas Knights to the North Coast Section 2A Championship. This year the question was, would the loss of Lewis, Joe Davis, and Dan Nachman cause the Knights to rebuild? The answer is no. And tonight, the Reloaded Knights battle the monsters from Mid-County, the Clayton Valley Eagles, with defensive MVP Joe Mortensen for the 3A North Coast Section Championship. Next on Comcast. Comcast. Tonight, it's the North Coast Section 3A Championship between the Los Lomas Knights and the Clayton Valley Eagles. Dan Wall, Steve Sanchez as always, and Steve, this should be a great game. We've kind of targeted this one when we saw the brackets that came out earlier back in November. Clayton Valley, 10-2 on the year. Great defense. Los Lomas, of course, the great offense. Let's talk a little bit about Los Lomas. They have a very balanced offense, and the big question before the year was, could anyone replace J.C. Lewis? And John Lolliger's done a great job.
You know, Dan, he's done a great job. He's been a leader. They're back here again because of him, one of the major reasons, but his quarterback rating is out of the universe here. He's thrown 15 touchdowns, 1 interception, and has really led him. Done a great job.
Yeah, they have a very good team. Brendan Swisher also is a very good player, playing on both sides of the ball. For Clayton Valley, Herc Pardee said that if this team did exactly what he told them early this year, did the weight training, put in the time in the room, put in time in practice, they would be where they are today, and they are playing for the school's first ever North Coast Section Championship. And their quarterback has done a very good job, David Quisgard, in kind of guiding this team, even though they're a defense-dominated team.
Yeah, they really are, Dan, but Quisgard's done a very good job distributing the ball, making it a balanced offense. They got Ross, they got Mortensen. They can just distribute Garthwaite. They got a lot of guys that they can distribute the ball to, and he does a good job at doing that. But the defense is the story of that team, but he's a catalyst for that team, too.
Yeah, the defense led by Joe Mortensen, the BVL MVP this year. It's Clayton Valley and Los Lomas next here on Comcast.
Tonight's Comcast Game of the Week is made possible by A&B Creative Trophies. They specialize in awards, letterman jackets, embroidery, and team trophies on West 6th Street in Antioch. Simply the best selection, price, and service. That's A&B Creative Trophies of Antioch. Mention the Comcast Game of the Week and receive 5% off your next order. Lone Tree Golf Course, Antioch's secret treasure. Built in 1934, this wonderfully scenic 18-hole golf course is a golf value. Longtime PGA golf professionals Pat Kane and Jack Oakley host many tournaments and functions and have private and group lessons. Their junior golf program is the best in Northern California and has helped many kids learn to enjoy the game. The next time you feel like teeing it up or hitting some range balls, give Lone Tree Golf Course a call. Mellows, heating, air conditioning, and sheet metal, serving the greater East Bay and beyond. Residential, commercial, and industrial, keeping the East Bay comfortable for over 26 years. Let their helpful, courteous sales staff help you with all your air and heating needs. That's Mellows, 1241 Main Street in Oakley. The New Mecca Cafe on Railroad Avenue in downtown Pittsburgh. Serving Contra Costa and beyond for over 30 years. Eat in or order it to go. Guillermo and his crew cook with pride. Battalia's Italian Restaurant, Deli, and Catering. Delicious pasta, meatballs, Parmesan dishes, and more. Specialty sandwiches like roasted eggplant, cucciadatis, and other traditional cookies. And don't forget the cannolis. Family owned and operated, that's Battalia's, Antioch's oldest Italian restaurant at 3100 Contra Loma Boulevard in the Save Mart Shopping Center. S&S Import Service on 10th Street, specializing in your foreign car. State-of-the-art tools and equipment with friendly and helpful service. Let Randy and Mike take care of your auto repair needs. S&S will also take your used oil. Caring for our community, S&S Import Service, 806 West 10th Street in Antioch. Brendan Theaters of Concord and Pittsburgh, featuring 14 screens of movie magic. All theaters have Lucasfilm THX digital sound systems and stadium-style seating. Check out the Brendan Theater website for great savings ideas. RSC Rental Service Corporation in Martinez. RSC offers a wide variety of equipment specific to the petrochemical industry, as well as the general contractor and homeowner. We deliver straight to the site and have a fully trained staff of mechanics and office personnel to fit every need. That's Rental Service Corporation, 4030 Pacheco Boulevard in Martinez. Paramount Technology of Concord, located behind Tower Records in Concord. Paramount Technology has it all. Mobile computer service calls, in-house repair, and a friendly atmosphere. Your computer wizards with expert service and products for today's and tomorrow's computer world. Delta RC Raceway and Hobby Shop, Northern California's largest radio-controlled racing facility behind the fairgrounds on 10th Street in Antioch. Delta RC features a well-stocked shop, world-class banked pave, oval, and on-road track, year-round, indoors in the winter, off-road racing, and one of California's last dirt oval racing programs. That's Delta RC Raceway and Hobby Shop in Antioch. Jim Lanter and Carol Sievers of State Farm Insurance. With a combined experience of over 31 years, they take pride in helping the client understand their coverage. They'll help you make good, sound financial decisions regarding insurance, mutual funds, banking, and home loans. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. That's Jim Lanter and Carol Sievers at 716 West 2nd Street in Antioch. Thanks again to all of our friends from the Comcast Game of the Week.
Authentic Italian atmosphere.
Rocco's Ristorante.
Room for the whole family.
Rocco's Ristorante.
Pizza, beer, sports.
Rocco's!
Great place for your next team party.
Rocco's.
The best pizza in the East Bay.
Rocco's.
Your table is always ready at Rocco's Ristorante and Pizzeria at the corner of Oak Grove and Ignacio in Walnut Creek.
What are you doing? What's it look like I'm doing, McFly? I'm changing my oil.
Did Colonel Clink lose his hat?
You're just mad because you don't got one.
Listen, we got a game to do.
It's not Monte Vista and San Ramon, is it?
No, it's Los Lomas. J.C. Lewis, remember the moms? We gotta go. By the way, Sanchez, are you changing the oil in your car or your hair?
My car. You know what? It's late. We got to go.
Let's go. Steve, what are you going to do with that oil?
I'm throwing it in the garbage.
Steve, didn't you learn anything last year watching our games on AT&T? You don't put your oil in the garbage.
You don't?
No, it'll end up in the river.
The river.
And the bay.
The bay?
And the ocean.
The ocean?
All three.
In the words of Johnny Carson, I did not know that.
Take your used oil to a certified used oil recycling center. Most will even take your oil filters. Or if you have curbside oil and filter recycling, just seal the oil in a plastic clear container and put the filter in a Ziploc bag and leave it on the curb with the rest of the recyclables. For more information, call 1-800-NO-DUMPING or check out the website at www.funnelhead.com.
This championship game features two teams that have overcome a lot to get here. For Los Lomas, they've lost key members to last year's 2A championship team, including their quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and all 5 starting offensive linemen. Yet here they are. For Clayton Valley, they've shrugged off 2 years of a 6-14 record, and now they have a chance to claim the school's first ever NCS championship. This should be a good one. Let's go upstairs to Dan and Steve.
Thanks, Tony. And Steve, we have about 4 minutes before the game gets underway. You can see the Clayton Valley Eagles are being introduced on the field right now. And we're just kind of give you some background for tonight's game. But before we get started, one thing I wanted to say, Steve, I think we should do this before, and I'm sure we'll do it at the end. I want to thank everyone who's been involved in high school football with us here on Comcast this year, all the sponsors and all the crew members, because amazingly, Steve, we thought tonight was going to be our last night, but the heavens opened up, and they said, come on down to Oakland tomorrow and tape the Pittsburgh De La Salle game, and so we're going to be there for the second straight year, and we will tape the Pittsburgh De La Salle game tomorrow, or actually it will be today if you're watching this game on Comcast, and we'll show it to you next weekend at 7 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. So, Steve, let's talk a little bit about tonight's game. For Clayton Valley, 2 times they have been to the North Coast Section Championship, and amazingly enough, Coach Pardee was the JV coach at Pittsburgh when they lost to Pittsburgh in 1985.
That's right.
They also lost to Bishop O'Dowd. So this is their first chance. So assess their chances of winning tonight's ballgame.
Well, Dan, whenever you got a defense as good as these guys, you can play with anybody. And you look at their 2 losses. Those were 2 losses that really give them away. The other opponent stole them. Well, however you want to do it. They shouldn't have lost those games. They lost both of them. They really shouldn't. They were back-to-back weeks. But this team showed a lot of character, and they bounced back, and I'm really in love with their defense. You watch tonight. They're going to swarm to the ball. They're all over the place. They're a very aggressive defense, and whenever you got a defense that good, you can win anywhere, anytime, any place.
One of the things that the paper mentioned today, the Contra Costa Times, is the pressure John Lawliger should get from Joe Mortensen and company, and that could be a very interesting point in tonight's game. Last week, Clayton Valley beat Bishop O'Dowd 24-14, but they were outgained in that game. And that's, as you pointed out,
right.
Their defense is usually what leads that team. Quisgard had a nice game last week with 142 yards passing. Mortensen had 3 receptions for 42 yards. But they're the kind of team, you know, like in Pittsburgh, a lot of times Cliff will have a big game or Robinson will have a big game. Clayton Valley, everyone seems to have a big game. And you have guys like Quisgard, who you see leading the team out on the field right now. The running back, Aaron Johnson, 2 good wide receivers in Garthwaite and Ross. Mortensen, the tight end, very good defense. They're a very balanced team.
They really are, Dan. And you know what they remind me of, if you really think about it? You know, we're old guys, young guys ain't going to know this. But if you remember the 72 Dolphins, they did just enough to win. And they didn't lose the whole year. You know, the only team, the last team to go undefeated in the NFL. And this team reminds me a lot of that Clayton Valley. They do just what they got to do to win. And they do it. And I'm really impressed with them. On the other side of the ball, Los Lomas. You know, Longero, you can't tip your hat enough for that guy. What a great job he's done since he's come in, Dan. And, you know, this is going to be a good one. It really is exciting, really intriguing.
Los Lomas has won 2 North Coast Section championships, including last year's where they beat Acalanes here at Diablo Valley. We brought you that game. A lot of fun. They were the darlings. You know, Clayton Valley have been the darlings this year on Comcast. Broadcast that we've had the Clayton Valley on. Last year we had Los Lomas on 5 times. Maybe that's the magic number for winning a championship. Last week they beat College Park 48-14. Lawliger had a good game. Swisher, a very good game. Los Lomas has ran the ball 400 yards in the last 2 playoff games. That's a very interesting thing. Can Clayton Valley stop the running game? Those guys that run the ball for them, Jeff Anderlight, Adam Pomerantz, we saw them last year as juniors, and they were very good players.
Yeah, you know, and I talked to Coach Pardee before the game, and he says he feels the keys is their quarterback can also beat you with the legs. Okay, you got to watch him. He can get you with the legs. He feels that moving the football and having a balanced attacks and controlling the box should do it.
You can see Garthwaite, Quisgard, and Mortensen are the captains tonight. We're going to send it down to tonight's referee, Jim Magoo.
Jim Magoo? Really?
He's the ref, yes.
Mr. Magoo.
He's gonna talk.
Mr. Magoo.
Yes.
Okay.
First of all, congratulations for making it into the finals. This is the last game of the year for everybody. There's an awful lot of teams who wish they were here, so congratulations. I'm going to introduce the rest of the officiating staff. Mr. Magoo will be the referee for today's contest. The umpire is Mr. Patton. Over on that sidelines, Mr. Asmussen. In the deep backfields, Mr. Ernst. On Clayton Valley sidelines, Mr. Watkins. You were chosen as captains because you're leaders of your team, so we're going to come to you guys first if we need some help. Same thing. If you guys need anything, just let us know, okay? Los Lomas, you're the visitors. Who's going to call the toss? Number 7. That's a head. Call it before I toss it. I'm going to let it. Calls a head. It's a head. Want to toss? And they want to receive. Which way would you guys like to kick? Want to kick that way? White, your back's over here. First, Los Lomas will receive at the scoreboard. Let's shake hands, guys. Have a great game.
Well, we had a little trouble with that mic there, Dan, but he got through. And I think it's Mr. McHugh is his name.
Well, it says Magoo.
Okay,
on my thing.
Magoo.
It's
Okay,
Magoo or
Magoo. Okay, Magoo. Okay, apologize to him.
Big Jim.
Big Jim. I don't want to be cutting on him too much. You said Mr. Magoo. I about had a heart attack. Go ahead.
I want to just point out that Brendan Swisher, Adam Pomerantz, Kevin Lowe, and Colin Corey were the captains for Los Lomas, and he mentioned that that's a great honor to be bestowed on you,
sure.
And especially in a championship game. So Los Lomas is going to get the ball first. We're going to see the great Clayton Valley defense. Clayton Valley in all blue. There they are in their huddle tonight. Their special teams coach is not listed here. They don't have a designation. I think they all do it.
Hey, Dan, can I mention one person's name who I think that when I've seen him, every time I've seen him, nobody can contain him. Keep in mind.
Let's go. Kills on 3.
Let's watch this for a minute. Dan, Troy Vincent has not been stopped in any game I've seen him. He's a speed rusher, and he gets in that backfield and just causes havoc. Keep an eye on number 6 on defense. Let's see what he does tonight. See how much Wheaties he had to eat.
He's only 6'1", 175.
Very fast, though. And good, strong hands, good moves.
Tom McDevitt is the kicker for Clayton Valley. Back deep for Los Lomas, number 2, Ryan Frank. Los Lomas in all white with the maroon and gold trim. Clayton Valley in the all blue with the white and red trim. It's the Eagles against the Knights for the North Coast Section 3A Championship tonight from Diablo Valley College in Pleasant Hill. Dan and Steve, great to have you with us. There's the kick. It's a line drive kick, and it bounces to Frank at the 8-yard line. This is Ryan Frank up the right side, still on his feet, and knocked down at about the 20, and that's where Los Lomas will take over. Here's the starting offense for the Knights. Lolliger, the quarterback, Anderlight and Pomerantz are the running backs, Yamashita and Spiegel, the wide receivers, Brendan Swisher, the tight end. Across the front line, Corey Swisher, which is Brendan's younger brother, Deleuze, Lowe, and Jacobson for Coach Longero.
And Dan, Sean Bailey, number 44, was on the special team, so kudos to Sean. He comes out, fired up, makes a nice tackle. That gets you always going.
12-yard return. Los Lomas comes out with 2 backs, and now they send Anderlight out wide here in this offense. Swisher is off the line on first down, and now in motion. Handoff to Pomerantz. Pomerantz, a nice chunky yardage near a first down.
Yeah.
Yes, he has it over the 30 to the 31-yard line. Tackle that time by Mortensen and also number 3, Aaron Johnson. Here's the defense. Troy Vincent at one end, as Steve mentioned. Jaggers, Cassidy, and Sean Schneider is not starting tonight. Excuse me, Schneider is starting.
Yes.
Excuse me, there's another change in that lineup. Bailey and Mortensen are 2 of the linebackers with Tyler Allman. Aaron Johnson and Alex Ross are the corners. Garthwaite and Podel are the safeties.
And Johnson was in on that tackle right there, Dan. Give the coaching staff a real nice call. They audibilized, and they did a shift, and they got them shifting the defense, and they ran right where they weren't.
Well, you can see they're running behind Swisher, who's putting a block on Vincent there. Another nice chunky yardage, a gain of about 7. Jaggers was there to make the tackle with Mortensen.
Mortensen, 66 and 5.
Both of those plays, they just ran Swisher in motion and ran right behind him.
And you know, right now what they're doing, I notice right now, obviously they've been watching Vincent. They're going right at him, and they're trying to push him off the ball with their size, and they're not letting him use his speed to get upfield. So that could be a key on that side. They may be going at him, straight at him, Dan.
2nd and 3 early in the first quarter. Lolliger, hands off. Actually, no, he faked. Oh, that was a great fake, too, and Lolliger's at the 50. He had me and the entire Clayton Valley offense fooled. They made the tackle on the first back. Let's see if we can see this on the replay, but Lolliger made a great fake. He had everyone in the stadium thinking that he handed it off.
And this is what Coach Pardee right here, Dan. Watch this. Everybody bites on it right there, and look at him with the ball. Right there, he's just got open real estate right here. Real nice move on his part right here.
There's Swisher again.
Yep, there's Swisher leading the way. Number 4 for Clayton Valley on the tackle. I think that's Johnson. Am I right? No,
it's
Johnson.
Alex Ross.
That's Alex Ross. Thank you, Daniel.
16-yard gain, first down. The second first down of this drive. Los Lomas moving the ball, hand off Pomerantz, and this time there's nothing there.
Sean Bailey, big number 44. He stuffed that. And number 74, Dan, on defense for Clayton Valley. Davis, I guess.
That's Brandon Davis.
Brandon
he switched
Davis.
his number on it.
Yeah, he did.
Listed
Brandon
as
Davis.
64 on the roster. He's 74.
Okay.
And also Mortensen was there as well. So a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. But you can see Los Lomas already coming out, showing you some that you haven't seen before, Steve.
Yep.
Lolliger, first pass of the game, throws near sideline to Yamashita. And Yamashita, an all-league performer this year for Los Lomas, had that in his hands and he dropped. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Let's watch a replay right here, Dan. It's just a real quick 2-step drop right here out in the flat. And boy, he'd like to have that again, right in his hands right there. And you know what? So far, I've been really impressed with Los Lomas with the play calling. What they've been doing is really kind of mixing it up, and I really like what they're doing early, Dan.
3rd and 9 at the 44-yard line of Clayton Valley. No score first quarter. You see Yamashita come out near side. 2 wide receivers, far sideline. Lolliger to throw. 3-step drop, throws. And he has a receiver, Spiegel. Great play, though, by Ross to keep him in bounds. And short of a first down, it'll be 4th and 3 at the 38-yard line. And this is going to be a big call for Coach Longero.
Yep. And I think they're going to go for it right here, Dan. You're right. Watch this. A quick step drop right here. Right there on the sidelines. Ross does a very good job of keeping him to a minimum right there. That could have been moving the chains right there. And at this point right here, Dan, you got to go for it because you kick it in the end zone. All you do is pick up about 16 yards. So,
and Clayton Valley's really not a quick strike offense.
No.
They're pretty legitimate when they go down the field with the ball.
First big play of the game, Dan.
4th, and we're going to call it 3. Lawler sends Swisher in motion. Looks like they're set up that same play, but now Lawler to throw, and he throws it behind number 9, Jack Davis, and Clayton Valley will take over the first big defensive stop of the game, and there's the defense at Clayton Valley for you.
Exactly, Dan. And Mortensen looked like he played a part jumping up, and number 9 on defense right there, Dan, too, for Garthwaite, number 9, he did a real good job, too. Here you go, Dan.
Here's the Clayton Valley offense. Quisgard, the quarterback. Aaron Johnson and Herb Williams. We'll see both in the backfield. Garthwaite and Alex Ross. We'll also see Brett Lauer, wide receiver. Joe Mortensen, of course, the great tight end. Cavanis, Davis, Maris, Murphy, and Cassidy across the front line for Coach Herc Pardee and the 10-2 Eagles. And as Steve mentioned, there are only 2 losses to arch rivals Antioch and Pittsburgh, and both of those games were decided very, very late. Clayton Valley could be 12-0 tonight, Steve, if they hadn't lost those 2 games. Play action, Quisgard throwing down the middle, has Ross wide open. Ross is at the 10, touchdown Clayton Valley. They ran this play on the first play of the game earlier this season. It didn't connect. Tonight it does. 62 yards on the first play from scrimmage, and Clayton Valley's on top. We said they're not quick strike, but they were on that play, Steve.
Well, Dan, I'll tell you what a beautiful throw by Quisgard, too. I mean, you want to talk about putting it right in the breadbasket, and Ross, he ran a great post route, and just fantastic throw, fantastic catch. Wow. Early.
I think they ran that same play against, if I'm not mistaken, Pittsburgh on the first drive, and he missed Ross off his fingertips. Would have been a big play. This time it connects. Touchdown, 62 yards on the first play. McDivitt's kick is up. He missed it. It's no good. So with 8:58 to go first quarter, 6-0 Clayton Valley. And let's take another look at the touchdown, Steve.
Well, there's and here you go right here, Dan. Play action fake right here. And look at this throw. But Ross right there, there's the separation you're looking for. Boy, and I tell you what, he's off to the hot tub.
Hot tub.
Hot tub!
He beat Sean Kalina. Here's another look at it from the end zone.
Here it is. Here's our scissor lift look here, Dan. And right here, he's saying, I'm just going to lay it out there. And boy, look at this. What a beautiful, good camera work, fellas. It's a game of inches, Dan.
And they made it.
Yep.
Touchdown. That's Ross with the touchdown. 6-0 Clayton Valley. So there's the Clayton Valley special teams huddle, Steve. A great start for Clayton Valley. And as we mentioned, they're known for their defense. They have scored 39 points a game over the course of the last couple of games. And if you look at their average on the year, they've averaged 30 points a game versus giving up just 9 a game.
And you know what? You look at the thing, the most they've ever given up all year is 20 points against Liberty. And, everybody else, you look down, they give up 12 to College Park, 7 to California, 12, 6 to Reno, 7 to YV, 7 to Antioch, and lost. How that happened, they escaped. 13 to Pitt in overtime, 6-3. I mean, the defense is just all year has reigned true for them.
Yeah, they're 10-2. Beat American 2 weeks ago. We had that game for you. Beat Bishop O'Dowd last week. We'll tell you a little bit more about the Los Lomas offense here when they get the ball. McDevitt to kick. Frank is back deep once again. And the line drive kick, Frank takes it at the 8-yard line once again. This time has a little bit more of a wall set up. Gets outside at the 20. He's at the 25 and finally tackled at the 28-yard line. Down there on special teams, Adam Schneider and number 16, Justin Vincent, made the tackle, and Los Lomas will take over.
And Kyle Ballard, he was there for Clayton Valley, too, on special teams then.
20-yard return on that kick.
And you know what? I'm glad it's not raining.
Absolutely.
I love it when it doesn't rain because everybody says, it's going to rain, and tomorrow's it going to rain, and whatever. Just chin them up and let's go.
That's what I always tell you right before we get to the game.
Okay, Dan 1, Steve nothing. We're starting early, huh?
The ball is marked at the 28-yard line, first down. Swisher in motion, and they hand off to Swisher, the big man. And he rumbles, and he bumbles, and he stumbles.
Yes.
And he gets about 8, maybe 9 yards on that carry. And that, you know what, that might...
That's a nice Chris Berman by you. I like that. That's very nice.
That might kind of go back to last week. Remember when Tony Ferreras, remember that play when he pancaked the guy, and we said that might have been a play he wanted to run earlier in the game.
Right.
Well, maybe Coach Longero picked up on that. You know, Ron Thompson was the head coach at Los Lomas a couple of years ago, and they're good friends. He might have said, you know what, maybe I should run Swisher early in the game.
That's right. Well, I'll tell you about Swisher. He's a load. He's a player, too. I tell you. He's been there I think he's been playing at Los Lomas since 3rd grade.
Yeah, every game we've done, he's been there.
Yep.
Lawler play action throws. It's intended for someone on the ground. It's going to be pass interference. It was intended for Swisher, and Garthwaite was riding him all the way, and that's going to be pass interference.
Well, that's awfully close, Dan, but, I guess they're going to call it. But I'll tell you what, I like what Los Lomas is doing early. They're mixing it up. They're doing play action, and that's just Longero for you, and their offensive coordinator, Dan, over there.
Which is Longero.
Which is, well, the same guy. Look at that. Doug Longero, he's the head coach and the offensive coordinator. So I guess when he gets mad, he yells at himself on offense.
By the way, on the Los Lomas sideline with Coach Longero, Nick Pavlich, Warren Parker, Don Bradshaw, longtime assistant, Rob Bunning, Jim Carlson, Dan Ornelas is the JV coach at Los Lomas High School. They, like you said, Steve, this is another team that kind of had some down years back in the mid-'90s, but they've really come back over the past 5 or 6 years.
They really have.
Been a playoff stalwart over the past 4 or 5 years. We've had them here in semifinals, and then last year in the final, and then once again this year in the final. So Los Lomas doing a great job over there. The ball now in Clayton Valley territory at the 49, handoff to Anderlight. And Anderlight runs into Mr. Mortensen, and he puts end to that quickly after a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, once you run into that, the party's usually over about then. You get to number 5. Once number 5 grabs a hold of you, folks, you can just pretty much turn off the lights and take a nap because you're not going to go much farther. Watch number 5 right here. Here he is, taking on a block, and this is what he does. He just closes so good, and once he grabs you, you're done.
Well, the thing is, too, is that he usually doesn't need anyone else to help him make the tackle.
No.
Second and 8. Lolliger, another short drop. That isn't working.
No, that quick slant, that was the Spiegel. Now, you remember his brother. Spiegel, the field goal kicker?
No, that was Spidell.
Oh, that was Spidell. Spider-Man.
You're close. You're only off by
you know
a
what
letter.
it is? I got a bill from Spiegel, my wife's. That's what it was. It was about $350.
There you go.
That's what threw me off.
You can say hi to Richie Spidell, Man, if he's out there listening.
Oh, I'm sure he is. His parents is. They were. One thing about Los Lomas, there's a good shot of the Los Lomas crowd. I sure miss them people over there. We used to go over there and have a lot of fun with them guys.
Well, you know what? We won't be there next year because they're going to rebuild their field and they're going to play at Acalanes, but I'm sure we'll be back.
Okay.
We missed a game because of the Jewish holiday. We were going to do the Miramani
game. That's right.
We had to move it. But they made it to the championship, and that ensures that you get on. Here's a pass for Yamashita, and it's high and incomplete. And it's going to bring up 4th down, and Los Lomas is going to have to kick. And the passing game, which is 1 of 5 for Lolliger to start the ball game.
Well, John, Joe Mortensen right there, number 5. Let's watch number 5 right here. Watch him shoot this gap. What timing? What's this, Dan? Right now, you're in trouble. You better get rid of it. And that's the only reason this didn't play. He almost connected. If number 5 does not do that, great call by the defensive coach, Dan, Jerry Coakley, and what a great job that guy's done. You got to give him some kudos. I was talking to Coach Pardee. He goes, Steve, please mention Coakley. I mean, that's his baby, the defense, and that was a great call right there on his part.
Pat Ward to punt. Podol and Garthwaite are deep. And Podol's going to let it bounce, and it's going to take a Los Lomas bounce and be downed inside the 5-yard line. That's where Clayton Valley will take over. They're going to have to go 98 yards to score on this drive, Steve. And the Comcast Game of the Week brought to you by great friends of the program here. Rocco's Ristorani and Pizzeria. Thanks for tonight's crew meal, guys.
And thank you, Rocco, for the whole year, buddy.
Contra Costa Clean Water Program and Mr. Funnelhead.
Thank you, Funnel.
Mazzei Pontiac, now in Pittsburgh.
All you guys in Clayton Valley, go buy a car from Matt. That's the reason we're on tonight.
ParamountTechnology.com in Concord.
Thank you for fixing my computer.
Brendan Theaters in Concord and Pittsburgh. You can see the Haunted Mansion at Brendan.
Yeah, you can see that.
S&S Import Service.
Go see Randy Scott. Or not Randy.
51-yard punt. 41-yard punt, excuse me, Dave Jackson. 41-yard punt, no return. Clayton Valley takes over at the 4-yard line. Now, this is Herb Williams running the ball on first down, makes a nice cut, gets back to about the 10. That's a gain of 6 on first down. Now, last time we saw Clayton Valley against American, Steve, when you were ill, Johnson ran the ball almost exclusively in the first quarter. And then, we also have to do the Los Lomas defense because they scored on the first play. Swisher is one of the ends with Garland, Pomerantz, and the other Swisher, Jason. Kattenberg, one of the linebackers with Kevin Loa, a 3-year starter, and Christian Esser. In the defensive backfield, Yamashita, Kalina, Spiegel, and Todd. And Los Lomas Knights.
And Todd was in on that last tackle, number 27.
That's right. Usually when you have a one-play drive, you don't get the defense in, Steve.
No.
Quisgard hands off. This is Johnson. Oh, and then someone's helmet or head or the ball or something flew in there. Kevin Lowe has put on some weight, Steve, some muscle and some weight. He was a linebacker and a running back last year. He's down here number 50 now, and he weighs 230.
Yep. And let's watch 22. Oh, boy, yeah, that's a rip. And number 22, he was also in on the tackle, Dan.
Brian Kattenberg.
Kattenberg, right? Let's watch this. Matt likes when the helmet comes off. There you go.
3rd and 3. Quistgaard to throw. Sets up a screen. Inside screen. This is Ross. He didn't get there.
No, he didn't get there. He's a little bit short, Dan. And at this end of the field, they're definitely going to have to punt. Real nice stance by Los Lomas.
And that was Swisher. So you're seeing the big men on both sides of the ball, Swisher and Mortensen, come through and make big plays.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, Dan, the cream always rises to the top. Especially on my latte this morning on the way to work.
Did you have a latte?
I had a latte on the way to work. I treat myself to a latte every Friday.
A latte?
A latte.
Okay.
Yeah. I said, hey, give me a latte with a latte
with
espresso in it, because I got a lot of packages to deliver.
The punter is Vincent. And Spiegel takes that kick at the 45-yard line.
Well, there's a clip, but they're going to get away with it.
Yeah,
but there
no,
goes
they're
the flag.
not. There goes the flag.
Yeah, I seen that. I can see that. I think Jackson's seen that from here, so you know it's a clip.
Los Lomas with, now we're going to keep the marker up. That kick,
block in the back.
31 yards.
Yep.
Actually, Dave Jackson said it was a 25-yard kick. Who do you believe?
You know what? Jackson was up here last week. I like him better sick. He sat in the corner, didn't say nothing.
This is really going to hurt him. They had the ball at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, right. But you definitely could see that. I mean, he was in the back. You could see it from up here. And
this is going to set Los Lomas back. That's a negative 23 on that, Steve.
That hurts.
So now they start at the 47-yard line. First down. 5:04 to go, first quarter. Clayton Valley 6, Los Lomas nothing. North Coast Section 3A championship from Diablo Valley College tonight. Play action. Lawliger, they snuffed it out. He was thrown in the backfield like the Raiders did a few weeks ago, but he doesn't get away from Garthwaite, and he's dropped for a 5-yard loss. Remember that play when the Raiders threw the guy all the way on the Jets into the end zone? This looked like it might have been the same play.
Well, Dan, you know what? That's why these guys are so good. They're everywhere. You know, these guys' defense, I think if we sent these guys over to the Mideast, we get the two bearded guys we were looking for, okay? But watch this here, Dan. It's just hog-tied. That's what you call a hog-tie.
It was Vincent, I believe, first who threw him backwards, and then Lawliger couldn't come away. That time they play action to the left side, and didn't fool anyone. So it worked the first time, not the second time.
It fooled me. I was looking up the middle with the guy with the ball, so.
Loss of 5, second and 15. Lawliger to throw, has a receiver, it's Yamashita, and Yamashita gets back about 6 of those yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. Yamashita was a running back in his first year on varsity last year. Now he's an all-league wide receiver.
Now, did you see how quick? Well, let's watch Ross here, Dan. Let's watch the closure on this right here, Dan. 3-step drop. This looks good, doesn't it, when he catches the ball? Now watch this. You think something's in the making? And no. It's just very good closure by Ross, and I'm telling you what, all night we're going to be mentioning different people on that defense. That's how good they are. That 9 or that 11 over there is very good. There is 11 people on defense, right now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I lost my mind.
Play action. Lawliger with time, now scrambling. Throws to no one.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, you're right, Steve. The Clayton Valley defense just has that ability to shut you down at the most opportune times, and they do it once again in another punting situation.
And you see who put the pressure on, Dan?
You can see that Lawliger is 2 of 7 for 12 yards.
Yep, and it's early. But Vincent right there, number 6, he was all over him, and he pressured him. And, boy, they didn't get much on that drive right there. They got about 3 net yards, and here comes Clayton Valley. And all of a sudden, field position kind of changed real quick because of that penalty.
Well, Clayton Valley's only allowed 30 points in their last 4 games. Ward the punter, and that's almost blocked. He just got that off. It comes down to Garthwaite at the 22-yard line, and he gets a 6-yard return. Deleuze.
And number 17.
And this year, this is the name I've been waiting all night for you to say.
Let me do it.
Number 17.
Eric, get your Wojo working.
Wojciechowski.
Yes. Wasn't he on like... That was almost a block by Vincent right there, Dan.
32-yard punt, 6-yard return.
I bet you money they call him Wojo.
Oh, well, that's what I was going to call him before Coach Longero straightened me out.
Okay.
3:21 to go first quarter, 6-0 Clayton Valley, their 3rd possession now. This time 3 wide receivers, far sideline, 1 back behind Quistgaard, it's Johnson. And a handoff to Johnson around the right side, and oh man, he got slaughtered.
Yes, he did. Boy, what a great defensive close right there, Dan.
And Lowe was there.
Number 52.
Yep, Booth, Garland. and Frisk.
Yep, Brian Booth right there. He was in on. Let's watch a replay right here. Let's watch number 52, the penetration. There's a good kick-out block. Watch 52 from the backside right here, Dan. It wasn't 52. Who was that? Well, he cleaned the mess up. I don't know if we can get it from this angle or not.
Might have been 59.
Okay, let's see. From the backside? No, it's straight on.
Oh, it was number 12.
Yeah.
It was Christian Esser.
Esser. Nice play,
initial
Christian.
contact. 2nd and 9. Hand off to Johnson. And another good defensive play. He had a blocker out in front of him. Number 75, Jesse Hunt, was leading the pack, but the Los Lomas defense got to him after a gain of about 4. It's going to be 3rd and 5, Steve, with 2:20 to go here in the first quarter.
Esser was in on it again. Probably a passing down right here, but I don't know. You can do both in high school at this position of the field, Dan. It's about 3rd and 5. They got a lot of options. Watch the tight end right here, Dan. They like their tight end on 3rd down. Pardee does. Here's the replay right here. Nice kick-out block by number 55. I think that's Cassidy, if I ain't wrong, Dan. And
you got it.
Yeah, and real nice move right there. Let's see what they do. But they do like their tight end. Watch number 5 right here. But the thing about it is Los Lomas knows they don't like the tight end, so it's kind of a weird thing, Dan.
3rd and 5. Quiscar play action, rolling, being pressured, throws. It was intended for Johnson near sideline. It's incomplete. And there's a late penalty flag from the far sideline. This is usually a personal foul or some sort of taunting or something that no one else sees, hears, or knows anything about.
Right.
Ineligible downfield. White captain.
So that was ineligible downfield. So that actually was a good call for Los Lomas. They'll probably take a 5-yard penalty and loss it down here, and it'll bring up 4th down, another punting situation. So Los Lomas' defense showing a little bit. You know, in Los Lomas started tough this year, Steve. They tied Napa 24-24, beat Northgate. Then they lost to Miramonte 31-6, the game we were supposed to bring in. Beat College Park, lost to Campo, beat Acalanes, beat Concord. The loss to Dublin was the one that threw a bunch of people off. But since then, they've won 4 straight, including last week's 48-14 victory over College Park in the semifinals.
Beautiful kick.
Here's Spiegel. Fair catch called for at the 35-yard line.
Hey, you know, Dan, before the game, I was talking to Pardee, and he told me, I said, Coach, how do you feel today? He goes, well, we're all ready to go. Go ahead, Daniel, do some business.
31-yard punt, no return. Diablo View Florist, Images of 3 Hair Salon, the Quilting Queens, Matchmaker Restaurant, No Name Pizza, Jim's Auto Body, State Farm Insurance, Charter Funding Incorporated, Mary Marie Salon, Rock Bottom Records, where you can get the new record by The Offspring on Tuesday, Steve, just for your information.
Something that I'm used to. Go ahead.
Antioch Opticians and Burke and Keller Doctors of Dentistry. Thanks to all the great friends of the program here on Comcast this year. First down, Lolliger to throw, near side, Swisher.
Look at this.
And Swisher breaks the tackle, and he gets out to the 39-yard line. That's where Garthwaite brings him down after a gain of 4.
Sean Bailey, number 44. He was one of the suspects on the scene. Let's watch 44s real quick. 2-step drop right out here in the flat, Dan. And you can try to do this to a lot of teams right there, 44. There he is, the initial guy there, like you like to say. But, you know, Dan, they're just like a swarming bunch of bees is what they are.
But they're blue.
But they're blue. Okay, I got to come up with something. Monsters of the Midway.
No, Monsters of Mid-County.
Monsters of Mid-County.
That's what we're calling them. The MOMC.
We can't call them the Blue Wave?
We can do that, too.
Okay.
Lolliger's in trouble.
Oh, this guy's in more trouble.
Bailey came in, and then late, number 66, Elliott, not Mick Jaggers, was there.
No.
Ooh, a loss of 15. Steve, this is going to bring up the first big location of the game.
Yep, and I talked to Elliott Jaggers' dad, Bill, before the game, and he said that I like our chances because of our defense. I said, okay.
Steve?
Okay.
It's not Sun Valley Mall because that's over there.
Okay.
So it's 3rd
in Vintage High in Napa.
Los Lomas may have a game next year. My goodness. 3rd?
We got what's going on here, Dan?
Oh, look at this. This is the weirdest formation I've ever seen in my life. They had half the line out lined up. I'd like to see this again. They complete the pass to Yamashita. He gets back about 12.
I don't think you can do that, can you? What they just did? They only had 3 guys up on the line.
As long as they're on the line of scrimmage.
Well, see, that's
it looked like passing league.
Yes, it did. Garthwaite, nice tackle right there. Wrapped him up. But, hey, you know what? I like it. You know, getting a little creative. Nothing wrong with that.
And that's the last play of the first quarter. That was a weird one to end it on, Steve.
Yep.
Clayton Valley 6, Los Lomas nothing. We'll be back with the second quarter after this on Comcast.
At Mazay, we believe in giving our customers the best selection, service, and savings. How do we do it? Dedication and teamwork.
You'll receive one-on-one personalized service when selecting your next new or used vehicle. We won't drop the ball.
Good credit, bad credit, no credit. We'll design a finance package that makes you a winner.
And our full service shop is dedicated to keeping you on the road safely and in the game.
Come be a part of our winning team.
Mazay Pontiac Cadillac, Buick, GMC Trucks, the winning team in Antioch. Great Mexican food, home of the famous margarita, and fun and food in a festive environment. That's Celia's of Antioch. For over 30 years, Celia's has served specialties like fajita supreme, camarones a la ranchera, and other great Mexican food that has brought people from around the area to eat. Every Thursday night is live music from Trio and Saturday night mariachis. That's Celia's of Antioch for great Mexican food.
A big reason for the Knights' success this year is, of course, junior quarterback John Lollinger, 15 touchdowns and just 1 interception. Now, he took over for last year's starter J.C. Lewis to lead an offense that finished 4th in the area, averaging nearly 380 yards a game. But so far, not so good. Just 4 of 9, and the Eagles have also sacked him twice. But still, a lot of football left to be played. Guys, let's go back upstairs.
Scoring in the first quarter, Steve, a 62-yard pass from Quisgard to Ross. 6-0 Clayton Valley. We enter the second quarter. Ward's punt bounces at the 38-yard line, and it will be downed at about, looks like the 33.
And Clayton Valley have pretty decent field position right here. And Dan, you know what? I just want to say one thing. Tony Stoltz has done a great job this year down the sideline. I want to thank Tony for joining us this year. He's, very professional. He does a very good job, and it's been nice working with him.
Yeah, it has. 31-yard kick, no return. Clayton Valley takes over.
And there's Tony, talking about Tony. Oh, come on, wave, Tony. Come on, dude. There you go, huh? You got to love the guy. Well, you don't got to love him, but we'd appreciate it if you would, because he needs some love.
Mr. Magoo did mention, and I shouldn't say it like that, Steve.
No, it's not Magoo.
Or McGew.
McGew. There
Steve
you go.
Patton, Wes Asmussen, Roger Watkins, and Mark Ernst are also out there helping him, but he did mention them in the pregame, and there's a gain of 1.
Essler on the tackle, number 12 again, Dan. Not real nice. Hey, that's what you call being upended. Big time. Upended, big time.
So I just wanted to mention that. You just never know when you don't get the names yourself, Steve.
Well, and you want to be very careful, because we respect these gentlemen out here and this, doing putting their time into doing this. Ain't an easy thing to do to call a football game, and we don't want to disrespect anybody. Even though the way Dan talks to me, you'd think that doesn't really count on this program.
Quisgard to throw, in trouble. Swisher has him wrapped up, and he's going to be sacked.
And look at this here, Dan. This looks like
that looks like the white wave.
Looks like the Dirty Dozen and Lee Marvin breaking out of somewhere. But Swisher was in on that right there, and Kattenberg was in on there, and about 6 other guys was in on there for Los Lomas. Right. And so far early, I like Los Lomas' defense. They're looking pretty good. And you knew this. You look at Swisher, number 7 right here. Now they're double. Look at the swing move right there. Oh, hey. Does a little swan move, and there's a quarterback.
Swim move.
It's a swan.
You've been watching some football, haven't you?
Yes,
Sanchez?
I have.
The swim move, the swan
move. Yes. Yeah, upper hand rip. Howie Long.
3rd and 11. 1-yard loss on that play. Play action. Reverse to Ross. Kattenberg smells that out, and he throws him back, and he's back all the way inside the 18, breaks the tackle. This is a crazy one. Getting some blocks. He's all the way back at the 10-yard line. Back out to the 20. Makes a move, and he's finally tackled at the 22-yard line. Steve, that play lost 12 yards. Ross must have ran 50.
The only play I ever saw. Okay, folks, Cal Barkley right here in Stanford.
Where's the band?
Here we go. Where's the band? Right here. Nope, not this way. Nope. Oh, but he thought he has him. And now watch this block right here. Watch this comeback block. 55. Watch this. Good night. Oh, that hurts. And then right here, he switches hands. Here's another. Oh, there's that guy. He's hurt. And boy, that's the most exciting play I've seen for an 8-yard loss in my life. I think it was more than 8. How many yards did we lose on that day?
Gosh, it was
17-yard loss.
Well, if Jackson said 17, it was probably 14.
Well, you know what? Whatever. He's somewhere close. You know what I mean?
Here's the punt.
Beautiful punt.
And Spiegel lets it bounce. Oh, wow. What a bounce.
Oh, it's a beautiful punt.
That kick started at the 22-yard line. of Clayton Valley. That was the line of scrimmage. It rolls all the way down.
Huge.
To the 20.
Look at Jackson's got his calculator out right now trying to figure out how many yards it is.
58-yard punt. The Comcast Game of the Week is brought to you by these great friends of the program. Delta RC Raceway and Hobby Shop in Antioch.
Go race your little hobbies.
Mellows Heating and Air Conditioning in Oakley.
Bob and Mike, thanks, guys.
Lone Tree Golf Course in Antioch.
Two of the finest gentlemen you ever meet, Bob, Pat Kane and Jack Oakley.
There you go. Batalia's Italian Food in Antioch.
Martha and Doug, thank you very much for supporting us this year.
A&B Creative Trophies in Antioch.
Jackie and Gene Azevedo, thanks you guys.
We'll get the rest after this play. First down from the 20. Lolliger, hands off. I think it was Yamashita on a reverse. He came from the right wing.
And Jaggers, number 66, he just threw a big wrench into that whole thing right there.
Not much there, maybe a yard.
And I talked to Coach Longero before the game. He told me the keys were to stop the run, to have ball control. And he said, I brought Bill Neal, my buddy from Granite Bay, down to help for me. He coached last year, and he's up there in the mother load. He came down to help us. Look at this.
To throw.
This is set up.
Sends it back to Swisher. Swisher's at the 25. He's at the 30. He's got blockers. He's at the 40. Makes a cut. He's still on his feet. He's at midfield, tackled at the 49-yard line. Finally brought down by Bailey and Ross from behind. A huge play on second down.
And I tell you what they did, this is what teams need to do to a very aggressive defense. What they did, Dan, this is what you do to watch this. Watch them release the line. They played it perfect. Now look at these guys. Look at all the sea of blue. And you can tell it's set up right here. And you get it to your playmaker. Here's a guy who makes it happen. He's been doing it all year. Been doing his whole career up there. But anyway, gets a couple blocks down the field. Spiegel, catalog. He throws a nice block.
28-yard gain.
Look at this. That's a good fake.
Lolliger options again. Gains about 5. Tackle on the far sideline. Vincent was over there with Garthwaite, Johnson.
You know, Dan, they got 6 yards on that play. Pomerantz up the middle. What's number 33, the fake? And Jaggers just rips him. He bites. And right there, that opens it up right here. He's going to pick up 6. Garthwaite right there. He's going to have no part of this right here. But not a bad play on first down. Picks up 6. You always take a 6-yard gain on first down.
2nd and 4. 7:52 to go here.
Are you pumped up about tomorrow? Pittsburgh and Needless out there?
Fun tomorrow. I sold my Sharks tickets.
Oh my! You're missing. That's what your second or third all.
My 9th all time.
Oh, of all time you missed. Oh well, okay.
But I'll be with you, so that'll make up for it.
Yeah, the others. Okay, listen. We won't even get into
that. It won't be like some of the other visits to the Oakland Coliseum we had. This is Anderlight.
And look at this.
Anderlight. That was a nice little run.
Nice little run.
Bouncing off with tacklers.
Jaggers,
8-yard gain first
Jaggers
down.
And Bailey was there right there. But yeah, real nice run right there. The offensive line did a real good job, Dan, of their starters right there. You got Colin Corey. Let's watch a replay right here, Dan.
Swisher, Deleuze, and Jacobson.
Yeah, Jacobson, good job. They're opening up some holes up there in the front.
And they don't waste any time getting back to the line of scrimmage either.
No, they don't.
Yamashita in motion, first down.
Pomerantz.
Play to Pomerantz, and Pomerantz breaks through the initial burst there and gets about 6. It's going to bring up second down. Steve, I wanted to say hi to...
Martinson and Bailey was in on that. Go ahead, Dan.
A bunch of the guys from last year on the Los Lomas roster. I happen to have this. Joe Acrop, Patrick Clancy, J.C. Lewis now at Southern University, Tim Boyne at Corsi, and Bronson Ward were on the team earlier this year, but no longer playing. Joe Davis, Mike Meringue, Dan Knockman, Armin Karajian, Max Schwark, Ryan Perron, Raleigh Miller, Tom Pippo, Ali Kazaj, remember him, and the punter, Jim Coon.
And Karajian, wasn't he OJ's attorney? Whatever.
I wanted to say hi to all those guys. They were a lot of fun. We saw them a number of times over the years.
And we hope things are going well for you guys.
Yamashita, and he does not get the first down.
No, he doesn't. Number 32, Dan, right there, Jason Podel. Real nice tackle by him. Went for the ankle. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, and that time it did. Let's watch it right here. It's an ankle tackle right here, Dan. And right here, you really get burnt sometimes, but right here, right there, he goes right there at the thigh, right there, knocks it right off.
Just a little headbutt right there.
Little headbutt right there, a little bit of, and here's another angle. Here's a little headbutt, little man. Yeah, right there, boy, just.
Gain of 3, 3rd and 1, huge play. The ball at the 28-yard line of Clayton Valley.
Watch the fake for them to go on top here, Dan, because they're going to go for 4th down anyway, so this could be a bite right here.
They hand off to Pomerantz, and it's going to be very close.
No, he didn't get it, Dan. He got snuffed. He lost it a little bit. Yeah, they knocked him back a little bit, Dan. That's 4th down right there. Let's watch the replay. Let's see who messed this all up. It's Paulie Jaggers, number 66. Oh, here's Mortensen filling the hole right there. Did you get the number of that truck, Dan?
Man.
Just a sea of blue.
Just a great burst that time.
Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb, Dan, all right? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that was somebody in blue. Who's an Eagle?
You're such a gambler, Steve.
I do. I roll the dice when I have to, buddy. It was Jaggers. Who's 74?
I believe that's Davis.
Davis was in on it then. He was another one. Look at this. Look at this, Dan. Oh, that's a good play.
That's a great play by Lolliger. Still on his feet inside the 20, inside the 10.
Wow, what a great
play.
play.
The 9-yard line by Mortensen. That looked like a train wreck when it started, too.
And you know, Dan, I tell you what an exciting game. You're seeing bodies flying. Let's watch this right here. Fake up the middle, and he almost gets tackled behind the line. He gets his foot out of there. Lolliger, what a great balance right there. He shows you what an athlete he really is. And right here, nice cut. Right here against the grain right there. Mortensen's got to come and get him from behind, drag him down with one hand like a stepchild. But my, Dan. Look at this. I mean, there's bodies flying, there's misdemeanors, there's assaults, there's,
a typical night for you in downtown Antioch.
A couple straining orders being issued after that play. It's crazy.
14-yard gain, 1st down, Anderlight into the line.
Big number 74, Dan.
Yeah, Davis was there.
Davis was there.
Almond.
And so was Mr. 5. All world.
It was an almond
crunch.
Crunch or almond
Almond
roca.
crunch. Or a roca or a...
Almond.
Whatever. Move on. But Dan, it's 2nd and goal right here. The markers are down. And, Longero's thinking we got to take every advantage to score against these guys because they're not giving... We got to earn everything we get here. They're not going to be giving stuff up cheaply, this team.
It's marked at the 7, 2nd down. That looked like a broken play.
Yeah, it is.
And Lolliger tackled by Jaggers.
And Bailey from the backside.
Yep. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 5, Steve.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, that's one thing about this defense right here. And this, in the NFL, how they say the last 5 yards the toughest. There's no difference with these guys. I think right here, Dan, you can't do nothing basic. You got to pull a rabbit out of your hat. Something kind of funny to make something happen down here. If you do the straight vanilla down here, you're not going to score on these guys. You got to trick them. They're so good. You got to do the nothing up my sleeve. Goodbye. I don't know what you'd call down here. I'm not that smart. If I was, I wouldn't be in the booth with you, Ray.
3rd down. Let's see if Steve's right for once this year.
They're going to have to throw the ball. They're going to do some herky-jerky, roll out, something funny.
Lolliger to throw. They bring the blitz over the middle. Swisher,
and who do they go to?
Tight end over the middle. Tight end always open.
Give me some.
We say it all the time. Every time is the tight end open in high school football.
You know what?
He was that time.
You can get your it's like Wendy's. You can get your touchdown or your food's late, too. They stay open late. The tight end's always open late. They're open early and they're open late. But look at Swisher. There's a good shot of Mr. Walnut Creek. What a great job he's done. And that extra point is looming quite large now.
Well, it is looming large, but Los Lomas is having trouble. They're going to have to call a timeout because they don't have enough players on the field. I think they have an injury.
Now they're going to have to call a timeout. That's a good call. Let's watch a replay right here, Dan. Why not? We ain't doing nothing else. Okay, let's don't. Let's just meditate for a while and talk about the human race as a whole. But, Dan, I'll tell you right now, this has got the makings of a good one. 6-6 early. I figured it's going to be low scoring, and so far I'm very impressed with really, you know how much I like Clayton Valley, their defense, but I'm really impressed with Longero over there and the coaching staff and the plays they've really come up with. You know what? He's got a good offensive mind over there, them guys, the way they run. They come up with different stuff. I think we're going to show. There's Longero right there. You know the last time I seen him? Barry Bonds' birthday, Candlestick Park, walk-off on. Hey, let's see what he says. No, he's going to scratch his head. Let's watch a replay right here, Dan. What a great call. Let's watch Swisher. He's blocking. Watch the delay. Look at this open up, Dan. Little delay over the middle. You know what you do, Dan? You dance with the guy who got you there.
That's right.
And that's what they did.
Mortensen was up the middle on a blitz that time.
Real nice call.
Chandler on to attempt the extra point.
Now, that's not vanilla offense. See, Dan, that's what I'm saying. That is good stuff.
Okay.
Okay, that's like
That's why you're the color man.
That's it.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. 2:54 to go first half. 7-6 Los Lomas.
And let's give some kudos to that kicker, Dan.
Jamie Chandler.
And that should ring a bell. Chandler, he's a good kicker in the NFL.
That's right.
Yeah. There's Ward. There's Davis.
And we're going to see it again.
Verlander. Let's watch it right here with our scissors lip.
That's from the end zone, Steve.
Yep. It's from the end zone. And right here, here's the delay. Little jump pass over the middle. Hot tub.
That's the destination for anyone who's scored a touchdown.
That's it. Swisher. I just like that name. Swisher. And there's Jacobson, big number 75. I talked to his dad before the game, Dan. Richard. Jeremy Jacobson. And he's a real nice guy. I got to spend a little time with him. And he told me that Aaron Straight, he knows that I'm, Aaron Straight. I know Aaron very good. We both know Aaron, from Antioch. And he said, well, if Aaron's going to go to Southern, here's Mr. Lewis's phone number in Benicia. JC's there. Have him call him. I said, well, he already got a letter from him. And his girlfriend goes there. So I think he's going to Southern.
Okay, so that's hot news.
That's hot news. I'm saying Aaron, and I'll be with Aaron tomorrow. He's riding over there with me to the game, him and James Burke. And I'm saying that Aaron's going to Southern because his girlfriend's there and J.C. Lewis is there. What else you want?
Chandler to kick. Ross at the 5-yard line. And the hole closes quickly.
Yep.
Number 32 for Los Lomas, Johnny Volan.
Yep, and number 8, he was also in on there. Is that John Acrop? Acroft. Is it Acroft? Acrop. Okay.
Here's the rest of the friends from the previous Friends period that we had here. A&B Creative Trophies.
19 West 6th Street in Antioch. Go see them.
Sounds of Pinewood Studio.
Russell and Lanier.
2K Sports.
They're going to be joining us next year. Go look for James Beldazzo and his Big Spring opening. And I don't even want to look at that right there because that is the Sold Sisters.
I'm sold on the Sold Sisters.
Tracy Manchie and Heidi Cole.
First down, Quistguard play action.
Caldwell Baker in Antioch, Wall Street Way. For all your housing needs, go see them two girls.
There you go. Rolling and throwing to Mortensen. It's incomplete.
Yeah, a little bit.
In front of 5 Los Lomas players.
And there was a little bit behind him right there. Joe, he's pointing to himself, but he had to reach down behind his back across his body to try to grab that. Well, let's watch this right here. Let's watch him reach, Dan. He's running a pattern. Right here, he's open. And watch this behind him. He just got to reach back, and he'd like to have that again because he feels he can catch it. But if he caught him in stride, that had something in the works. Tight end again in football, Dan.
That's right.
At high school. We love the tight end. Just because Antioch had 2 of them in the pros, but we do like tight ends.
Actually, and almost a third.
Now, who are they, Dan?
I'll tell you in a second. That's tonight's trivia question. Oh, big hole
Look
this time for Johnson. And Johnson has a first down.
Yep.
Across the 35. The ball came out, but it will be marked down there. I believe at the 36-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. That's going to move the chains, Dan. And
you saw that just open up.
It's like right here. This is Moses right here. He's got all of his people behind him. Sea of blue. Dan? Sea of blue. And right there, he goes up right there. Will Johnson. Now you get to see his speed right there. Who's in on that tackle? Who was that last night, Dan?
I think that was Kattenberg.
It was Kattenberg.
Okay, Eric Snelson.
Okay, tight end.
He went to Stanford, played for the
Chicago Bears.
He was on the Raiders for a while too.
Yeah, he was
as a linebacker.
As a linebacker. Yeah.
Scott Fryer went to Arizona. Mike Luckey with the Dallas Cowboys.
Thank you very much. Very good. And the other one, he's up in jail in Illinois. We won't talk about that.
Yeah, we won't mention that one. First down, Quistguard. In trouble.
Behind him.
Yeah. Nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. All dressed up and nowhere to go. But I'll tell you what, that's a secondary. Is that Frisk, Dan, who was in on that?
Booth and Frisk.
Frisk. Real nice job by Jeff. And from the backside right there.
Yeah, Matt said it, and I figured you were going to steal it, but he frisked him. Jeff frisked him on that play.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a good play. We got to call his name. Good job. And that was a coverage sack, Dan.
Oh,
That's what that was, because they were covered. He had nobody to throw the ball to, and the pursuit finally got to him.
A minute 33 to go, first half. 7-6 Los Lomas. Third down. Actually, it's second down, excuse me. And another Houdiniac by Quistguard. He throws for Mortensen, and it's incomplete. He was throwing on the run, and I think the ball kind of sailed on him.
It did, and sometimes that happens, Dan, when you're on the run. Well, you try to do the touch, and it kind of releases on you. But, he's had his chances, Dan, on offense right here to make some big plays. Look for him to be successful in the second half because he's not all that far off. And right here, here's Mortensen right here trying to shake loose.
Yeah, it just sailed on him.
It just sailed on him, yeah.
He had to go high because he had defenders in front of him.
Yeah, number 12 on the defense there, Christian Essler, and he's been very, very active on defense.
Quisgard has misfired on his last 4 attempts. He's 2 of 6 for 64 yards. After that 62-yarder, Steve, just 1 of 5 for 2 yards.
I don't care. I still like him.
3rd down. Quisgard, deep drop, throws over the middle. Intercepted. Yep. Spiegel with the interception at the 45. Still on his feet, breaks outside. He's at the 30. He's inside the 25, and he's taken out of bounds by number 58 at Clayton Valley, Dan Murphy, and there's a late flag.
There's a late flag, yep. I think you're going to get a personal foul down on Los Lomas. It depends what they see. There was 2 guys going at it. You know, sometimes the first guy doesn't get called. But look for somebody's going to get a personal foul. I think it's going to go against Clayton Valley, or the Knights, I'm sorry. Let's see what we got, Dan.
Dead ball.
Yeah.
First down, White.
Yeah, you're going to get a personal foul because I see it down here on the sideline right there. But what a great play by Spiegel. Not just the interception. Right here, it floats on him again. He's got time in the pocket. Look at it take off on him. It just floats and playing center field with Spiegel. And right here, watch this. Nice little run. He says, nope, you ain't going to tackle me. Real nice block right there. Picks up some extra real estate. And I don't think we're going to catch it down the line here, but
33-yard return. Then the penalty sets him back to the 38. Pomerantz on 1st down, and he gets about 3. Jaggers was there with Garthwaite. The clock is running inside of 1 minute. Yep. 2nd quarter, 7-6. This is kind of a shock for Steve Los Lomas. Not that I'm not so shocked that they're ahead, but really defensively, the way they've played and kind of taken the game away after that first big play by Clayton.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Dan. And Garthwaite was in on that tackle. Want to give him kudos for that. But I wasn't surprised. I figured it was going to be low scoring. I really did. Whole second half to go. This is good. Got the makings of a great one.
For once on the Comcast, huh?
Look out.
Big blitz, picked up. Lawliger throws, looking for Swisher in the end zone. Oh, and you know what?
They tripped up. That's a good no call.
I think that's a good no call.
It's a good no call. They both tripped up over each other's feet. And, you know, a lot of times in the NFL you see that thrown, and I don't like it. And I'm glad they didn't throw it right there. In the NFL, that would have been pass interference. I guarantee you. Let's watch it right here, Dan. And maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, I know I don't.
You don't.
I don't. But here's switching. You see him in the middle right there. Jaggers goes over him. Now watch this. He looks back.
Oh,
that's why. That's why he looked back.
If he hadn't looked back, that would have been a penalty.
He looked back.
He kind of pushed him, and then he turned, and he thought, if I don't turn, I'm going to get called right here.
That was a great play. Who was that, Dan? Number 32?
That was Jason Podol.
Jason Podol. Good job, Jason.
3rd and 7, 28 seconds to go, first half. 4 wide receivers in the ballgame. Lawliger throws. This is a new number for us and very close to a first down.
It is a first down.
Number 4, Jesse Wetherill.
And Jesse's going to move the chains right there. They're going to give him a good mark.
And a timeout.
And there is 22 seconds on the clock, and there's plenty of time. How many timeouts do you have left? Do you know, Daniel? They have 2.
They have 1 now because they called one on the extra point.
Okay, there's
Coach Coakley.
And what a great job he's done with that defense. Turn around, Coach. Okay, don't. Do what you want. There you are. There's a good shot of Coach Coakley right there.
We haven't mentioned Steve Herkparty's staff. Jerry Coakley, defensive coordinator, Randy Coddington, Don Howell, Sam Quinones, Brian Hamilton, Sean Carners, Rich Martinez from Antioch is the JV coach.
I talked to Rich before the game, and I didn't know that was the Rich Martinez we grew up with.
Yes.
And it was, he came up and goes,
He's married to Cheryl Lucido, who went to school with myself and my wife, was homecoming queen in 1979. She tells me always to mention that, so they know.
She was a homecoming queen of when?
The 1979.
Oh, look at the night.
And the Knight's here now.
Oh, my. You know what? It's just like... God, it's a great life we have, isn't it?
It's better than death.
Well, that is your alternative. I guess you got a good point there. Even though I'm looking forward to it. Maybe you're not. I sure am.
I'm not.
I am. I know where I'm going, buddy.
Well, I know where you're going. I'm going there too, but I just don't.
No, I don't know. Look at this.
Oh, Vincent. You called this one, Steve. This is a huge loss.
This is going to do it for the half. Now, you should call it. I don't know what to do. But I'll tell you what, he is...
I think Los Lomas called their last time out.
And he's a guy you always... And, I like you. You got to call time. Look at him right here. Speed rush, Dan. And that's what he does, He's 175, and he is faster than a Jack Russell going after a piece of salami.
And he always goes around a guy who's bigger than he is.
Oh, well, it's Fred Dean all over again. That's what it is.
17-yard loss, Steve, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and the 680 interchange.
And for all you guys 50 and over, you remember Fred Dean. All the kids out there going, Fred who? He was a very good pass rush for the Niners. Helped them win the Super Bowl.
2nd and 27.
Hey, Dan, look what we got here.
Roseberry Car Care, Danville and San Ramon, and also in Pleasanton for all your car care needs. They do management. They do
a great job on cars there.
Alberto's Cantina in downtown Pleasanton, 435 Main Street. The best food down there in the Pleasanton area for the past 8 years.
It's unbelievable how good that Mexican food is there.
19th Hole Casino in Antioch, Texas Hold'em, Super Action Blackjack, and many other games that Steve Sanchez is very well versed in.
Well, I do. Like I told you, I don't do Texas Hold'em. I don't do Super Action Blackjack. I don't do low ball, but I do many more. That's what I do there. And there's the defensive coach right there, Coakley. He's done a great job.
This is one of the longest second downs that we've seen, Steve. 2nd and 27.
Well, you think that's bad? You got to spend them all with me again. That's 2 days in a row. You going to be all right?
Well, we did it 3 weeks ago.
No, whatever.
This will be an interesting call with 10 seconds to go in the half. Maybe at this point, you'd think maybe just try to get back into field goal range. Play action. Lawler to throw. He's going up, and he throws a wobbler. And it's intercepted. Intercepted by Masoud Ahmadi.
And that's going to do it. Well,
that'll do it.
Now they got .4 down on the clock.
Right, so we're going to have to run one play, but that's a big play there for Clayton Valley. Sure. They're going to get the ball to start the second half, down by 1 point, that extra point.
Oh, it's looming quite large as we speak.
Same thing as the Antioch game.
That's right. But let's watch it right here, Dan. Lawler in the pocket. He's got plenty of time. Throws a Hail Mary with a wounded duck on the top. I don't know what that was. It wasn't a wounded duck. It wasn't a Hail Mary. I would have to...
This deserves a couple. Come on, give it to it.
What?
You know. That was a wobbler. I'm sure that Clayton Valley will just take a knee and get out of here, Steve.
They dodged a bullet right there at the end. They'll take that. After Spiegel's interception, they were in pretty good position to...
That's it, Steve. 7-6, Los Lomas at halftime.
Well, Dan, you know what? It's rang true. I've been very impressed with Clayton's defense like always, but I'm really impressed with Los Lomas, too. They came to play ball. Coach Longero's got them going over there. This has got the makings of a very exciting second half.
7-6, Los Lomas. And I think we might have Coach Longero with Tony. You want to hold it here? Okay, we're going to hold it right here. Coach Longero is going to come over to talk to Tony. Steve, in that first half, I thought on the Clayton Valley side, it was pretty much to form. The defense played very well. They had the one drive where Los Lomas went down. The big play, of course, was that play to Swisher.
Right.
The screen pass. I think Los Lomas' defense has been the surprise for me. They've played very well. Other than the one long play, they basically have held Clayton Valley for the past 3 or 4 possessions.
Well, Dan, I agree with you, too, but I also think that their offense has been very, very, they've been mixing it up. They've been doing things different, and they've been, just doing a great job at keeping them off balance, doing different kind of plays to the tight end and doing misdirections. And so I like what they're bringing to the table tonight.
We're going to send it down to Tony with Coach Longero.
All right, guys, with Coach Longero at halftime. Coach, your team has the lead. The offense has struggled a little bit. How do you get that turned around in the second half?
Well, we got to make plays. We're tough on defense, so we got to keep moving around and try to make some big plays here in the second half.
And quickly, Coach, what's the difference between going from the 2A to 3A, winning the 2A championship last year? A lot of the same, or is it what you expected?
It's what we expect. It's tough. These guys they're a good ball club, so we got to keep playing hard and see what happens in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Guys, let's go back upstairs.
Thanks, Coach Longero. 7-6 Los Lomas at halftime. We'll be back with stats and highlights after this on Comcast.
Great Mexican food, home of the famous margarita, and fun and food in a festive environment. That's Celia's of Antioch. For over 30 years, Celia's has served specialties like fajita supreme, camarones a la ranchera, and other great Mexican food that has brought people from around the area to eat. Every Thursday night is live music from Trio and Saturday night mariachis. That's Celia's of Antioch for great Mexican food.
For nearly 50 years, Mazet Dealership has happily given you the friendly service and affordable prices you deserve. And with our large selection of inventory, you always have choices.
Hi, I'm Matt Mazet. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for all your support over the years. because of you, we've become the #1 Pontiac GMC truck volume dealer in Contra Costa County. All of us at Mazay, thank you.
Come celebrate with us at Mazay Pontiac Cadillac Buick GMC in Antioch.
Sam, what the heck are you doing? We're already late for the prom.
First of all, I'm not Sam. I'm his sister Samantha, and I'm changing the oil in my car.
Isn't that a guy's job? No, and it saves me a lot of money.
Is there anything I can do to help without getting dirty?
Yeah, you can take this used oil and filter down to the Certified Collection Center on the corner. Or if you have curbside used oil and filter recycling, seal the oil in a properly labeled container and put the filter in a Ziploc bag and leave it on the curb with the rest of the recyclables.
Well, I'm ready to go. You look beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
Wait, don't forget to use oil and filter. Whoops!
Oh no! Oil spill! Quick!
Kitty litter. Authentic Italian atmosphere.
Rocco's Ristorante.
Room for the whole family.
Rocco's Ristorante.
Pizza, beer, sports.
Rocco's!
Great place for your next team party.
Rocco's.
The best pizza in the East Bay.
Rocco's.
Your table is always ready at Rocco's Ristorante and Pizzeria at the corner of Oak Grove and Ignacio in Walnut Creek.
Tonight's Comcast Game of the Week is made possible by a generous donation from Jim's Auto Body, located on West 10th Street off Summersville Road in Antioch. Since 1962, Jim's Auto Body has been fixing and repairing cars and trucks with expert craftsmanship and service. Let Jim's Auto Body take care of your bodywork, painting, and framework at their state-of-the-art facility on 10th Street in Antioch. Mary Marie's Salon in historic downtown Antioch. Recently opened in May of 2003, this professional hairstyling, coloring, manicure, pedicure, and facial waxing salon offers your styling needs for the entire family in a relaxed, comfortable atmosphere. Tina Lucido, Tisha Johnson, and staff invite you to a unique experience at 308 G Street in downtown Antioch. The dentistry offices of Lee Keller and Daniel Burke DDS. Lee Keller and Daniel Burke have been serving East County for years with a personal commitment to their clients in uncompromising dental care with an atmosphere of comfort and experience. With state-of-the-art sterilization technique and equipment, their staff of highly trained professionals will make your every visit one you'll look forward to in the future. That's Lee Keller and Daniel Burke DDS and staff in Antioch. Matchmaker's Restaurant in Antioch. For the last 8 years, Matchmaker's Restaurant has been serving great American, Italian, and Mexican food. Owner Jess Williamson and Chef Edward Godoy serve daily specials that are as tasty as they look. Meeting place of the 40s Plus Club on Friday morning, Matchmaker's Restaurant is great food. 913 West 10th Street near the Contra Costa County Fairgrounds in Antioch. The Quilting Queens at 720 West 2nd Street in downtown Antioch, specializing in quilt fabrics, notions, quilt services, and classes. Whether you're a beginner or advanced quilter, Alexandra and Bernie will give you and your quilt that personal touch. That's the Quilting Queens on West 2nd Street in historic downtown Antioch. No Name Pizza in Antioch. With the dough made fresh daily, No Name Pizza has great tasting pizza, perfect for the team party. They also feature Italian pastas, gourmet pizzas, all in a family atmosphere. With 21 beers on tap, let No Name Pizza be your hangout this season. A great place to watch the Comcast Game of the Week. That's No Name Pizza next to Lowe's in Antioch. Charter Funding Incorporated of Antioch. With great rates still available, let Charter Funding Incorporated assist in finding the right loan for you. As a mortgage broker, Charter Funding Incorporated works with many lenders to find the best program to fit your needs. Whether it's a rate reduction, cash out, new purchase, good or bad credit, let the professionals of Charter Funding Incorporated handle all your loan details. Call today at 776-1700. Brendan Theaters of Concord and Pittsburgh, featuring 14 screens of movie magic. All theaters have Lucasfilm THX digital sound systems and stadium-style seating. Check out the Brendan Theater website for great savings ideas. Thanks again to all of our friends from the Comcast Game of the Week.
Back at Diablo Valley College, the halftime score. Los Lomas 7, Clayton Valley 6. Dan Wall and Steve Sanchez here for the North Coast Section 3A Championship. And Steve, we're going to take a look at some of the highlights from the first half.
Okay.
This is the touchdown on the first play from scrimmage. Clayton Valley, Quiscard up top to Alex Ross, 62 yards and a touchdown.
And you're right, Dan, not a big strike team, but boy, they sure did it tonight, and it paid dividends for them because they needed that. If they wouldn't have had that, they'd be a little bit of a hole. Anybody who gets over a touchdown lead in this game's in command.
Here's the Los Lomas touchdown, a 5-yard pass from Lolliger to Swisher over the middle, tight end, and we celebrated up here because we love the tight end in high school football.
Brandon Swisher, what a great career he's had at Los Lomas.
Here's the interception. This is Spiegel playing center field, as you noted, taking this one away from Quiscard.
And just right here, just a great effort on his part, reading the quarterback, and just makes a real nice return right here, and things were in great shape. Penalty brought him back a little bit, kind of took a little bit of the field position away from him, but real nice play by Spiegel.
And then Clayton Valley held, and then after that big sack to Lolliger kind of threw a wounded duck up on this one, and Amadi was able to make the interception.
Yes, he
bring the ball back, and that was the last play. They ran one play after that from scrimmage, Steve. Let's take a look at the stats in the first half. As you can see, there was a lot of negative yardage towards the end there, and it brought that rushing total down for Los Lomas. Only 70 total yards. Clayton Valley had 114. Turnovers are even. You saw them both, the interceptions, 1-on-1. Penalties, pretty even. Individually, Johnson has 20 yards rushing for Clayton Valley. Quiscard is 2 of 6 for 64 yards and a touchdown with 1 interception. Ross, 2 catches for 64 yards. He has both receptions for Clayton Valley. Anderlight has 13 yards rushing. Pomerantz, 27. To lead Los Lomas. Lolliger 6 of 13 for 61 yards, a touchdown and 1 interception. Yamashita 2 receptions for 18 yards to lead Los Lomas. 7-6, the Knights lead the Eagles at halftime. We'll be back with the third quarter after this on Comcast.
Great Mexican food, home of the famous margarita, and fun and food in a festive environment. That's Celia's of Antioch. For over 30 years, Celia's has served specialties like fajita supreme, camarones a la ranchera, and other great Mexican food that has brought people from around the area to eat. Every Thursday night is live music from Trio and Saturday night mariachis. That's Celia's of Antioch for great Mexican food.
Hi, Frankie. It's Christy. Do you want to come over for a swim?
Wow, I'll be right over. What are you doing, Christy?
Oh, hi, Frankie. My oil's really dirty. Will you change it for me?
I thought we were going swimming, though. I guess so.
Gee, thanks. All the stuff's in the garage, but don't make a mess, otherwise my dad will get mad.
Well, I'm done changing your oil and filter. Now I'm going to go to the certified center on the corner and recycle your oil and filter.
You don't need to go through all that trouble, Frankie. I got a much better idea of what to do with the oil and filter. My city has curbside oil and filter recycling. Just seal it up tight and put it on the curb with the other recyclables. Call 1-800-NO-DUMPING for more information, or check out the website at www.funnelhead.com.
Authentic Italian atmosphere.
Rocco's Ristorante.
Room for the whole family.
Rocco's Ristorante.
Pizza, beer, sports.
Rocco's!
Great place for your next team party.
Rocco's.
The best pizza in the East Bay.
Rocco's.
Your table is always ready at Rocco's Ristorante and Pizzeria at the corner of Oak Grove and Ignacio in Walnut Creek.
Tonight's Comcast Game of the Week is made possible by A&B Creative Trophies. They specialize in awards, letterman jackets, embroidery, and team trophies on West 6th Street in Antioch. Simply the best selection, price, and service. That's A&B Creative Trophies of Antioch. Mention the Comcast Game of the Week and receive 5% off your next order. Lone Tree Golf Course, Antioch's secret treasure. Built in 1934, this wonderfully scenic 18-hole golf course is a golf value. Longtime PGA golf professionals Pat Kane and Jack Oakley host many tournaments and functions and have private and group lessons. Their junior golf program is the best in Northern California and has helped many kids learn to enjoy the game. The next time you feel like teeing it up or hitting some range balls, give Lone Tree Golf Course a call. Mellows, heating, air conditioning, and sheet metal, serving the greater East Bay and beyond. residential, commercial, and industrial, keeping the East Bay comfortable for over 26 years. Let their helpful, courteous sales staff help you with all your air and heating needs. That's Mellows, 1241 Main Street in Oakley. The New Mecca Cafe on Railroad Avenue in downtown Pittsburgh. Serving Contra Costa and beyond for over 30 years. Eat in or order it to go. Guillermo and his crew cook with pride. Battalia's Italian Restaurant, Deli, and Catering. Delicious pasta, meatballs, Parmesan dishes, and more. Specialty sandwiches like roasted eggplant, cucciadatis, and other traditional cookies. And don't forget the cannolis. Family owned and operated, that's Battalia's, Antioch's oldest Italian restaurant at 3100 Contra Loma Boulevard in the Save Mart Shopping Center. S&S Import Service on 10th Street, specializing in your foreign car. State-of-the-art tools and equipment with friendly and helpful service. Let Randy and Mike take care of your auto repair needs. S&S will also take your used oil. Caring for our community, S&S Import Service, 806 West 10th Street in Antioch. Brendan Theaters of Concord and Pittsburgh, featuring 14 screens of movie magic. All theaters have Lucasfilm THX digital sound systems and stadium-style seating. Check out the Brendan Theater website for great savings ideas. RSC Rental Service Corporation in Martinez. RSC offers a wide variety of equipment specific to the petrochemical industry, as well as the general contractor and homeowner. We deliver straight to the site and have a fully trained staff of mechanics and office personnel to fit every need. That's Rental Service Corporation, 4030 Pacheco Boulevard in Martinez. Paramount Technology of Concord, located behind Tower Records in Concord. Paramount Technology has it all. Mobile computer service calls, in-house repair, and a friendly atmosphere. Your computer wizards with expert service and products for today's and tomorrow's computer world. Delta RC Raceway and Hobby Shop, Northern California's largest radio-controlled racing facility behind the fairgrounds on 10th Street in Antioch. Delta RC features a well-stocked shop, world-class banked pave, oval, and on-road track, year-round, indoors in the winter, off-road racing, and one of California's last dirt oval racing programs. That's Delta RC Raceway and Hobby Shop in Antioch. Jim Lanter and Carol Sievers of State Farm Insurance. With a combined experience of over 31 years, they take pride in helping the client understand their coverage. They'll help you make good, sound financial decisions regarding insurance, mutual funds, banking, and home loans. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. That's Jim Lanter and Carol Sievers at 716 West 2nd Street in Antioch. Thanks again to all of our friends from the Comcast Game of the Week.
Back at Diablo Valley College, halftime score, Los Lomas 7, Clayton Valley 6. Before the game, the Los Lomas cheerleaders had this to say to the Comcast viewing audience.
Well, Dan, that's the Los Lomas Knights. Their advisor is Ann Luke, and their coach is Tiffany Ritter, and their captains was Kylie Wexler, and Haley, her sister. They are twins. And Mallory Downing. Those were the coaches, and they did a real nice job there. And, you know, here comes those Clayton Valley Eagles.
The traditional running up through the signs.
The running of the bulls, the releasing of the hounds. Go Clayton Valley. Here they come. Led by big number 5. You know he's fired up. This has got the makings of a great finish, Dan.
And you know, Steve, let's take a look at both teams, Steve. Los Lomas, there's their schedule over the past 12 weeks. You can see their total points per game. always a little bit more offensive based at the Walnut Creek School of Los Lomas. You can see there, but always a real good team towards the end of the season. You can see they won 6 of their last 7 games.
And unlike you said, the Dublin game right down there kind of threw a monkey wrench into their season, but they responded, came back with wins against Mount Diablo and Alhambra, and you could see their offense for the last 4 weeks really started getting into gear, and here they are. They're at the dance, Dan.
And now Clayton Valley, there's a little bit different because they actually, they don't score as much points, although they did average 30 a game, only giving up, though, 9.4 a game. But you can see those 2 losses there, and once again, they're in a tight game.
Right.
In a game where they've made a couple of mistakes.
That's right.
And the other team's hanging around, and that's what happened to them in the Antioch and Pittsburgh game.
And both those games there, Dan, they should have won both those games. They really should have. We did them, and the Antioch game, I never seen a team get knocked around like they got knocked around for 3 and 3/4 of a game. But the right-hand column, that's what's important. Go down here, Dan, 12-7, 12-6, 7-6. 20, Liberty, which is kind of shocking, but Liberty, they're the kind of team that could. I told you from the beginning start, watch out for Liberty. But anyway, that's their the most they gave up all season. 13, 6, 3, 6, 14. They've given up 7 so far this game. So they're right on where they need to be.
And they're going to get the ball to start the.
And there's a nice shot of the Clayton Valley.
Steve, Dave Jackson pointed out to me, Los Lomas has ran 33 plays to Clayton Valley 16 in this game.
There you go.
So that one early drive, one play. They didn't need to run the ball very much on that one drive.
Coach Longero said ball control. And so, they really they had it. And, Coach Pardee was telling me, that we need the football more. They didn't get it. He said we need balance. Well, I don't know if they got that. And he said the big thing of this game is going to be in the box on both sides of the line. Who controls that box? And look at next week we're going to show. Pittsburgh against
Dun, 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 dun.
De La Salle.
Man.
They're a Christian.
And there we are, Steve. Wave to the crowd.
Hello, crowd. Where are you at?
We're over there.
Put them up. I'll fight you on 1 foot.
They're going to build us a big canopy.
How are they?
In Mount Davis tomorrow.
Good.
We'll be the only people in Mount Davis. It'll be like a Raider game.
Great.
But that was a joke, by the way.
Oh, okay. Haha. I'm not a Raider fan. I'm a Niner fan. I'm a Niner guy. I'm an old guy. I'm an Italian. There's some Clayton Valley cheerleaders. And, we love showing the cheerleaders. And everybody knows, obviously, my daughter was a cheerleader. And, once your daughter's a cheerleader, you really see what goes inside it, all the work and the preparation they do to come out here and root their team on. And then the advisors and the coaches. And they do a great job. And please.